Hey, your girl is back with another video. Aren't you guys proud of me? I'm trying, you guys. I got this makeshift setup going on. If you guys saw it, I'm sitting at my van and you guys would crack up laughing. I got to get my life back together and get a setup for YouTube. If you hear any traffic at all, my window is wide open because I'm cleaning and stuff like that, and I just need the fresh air right now. With, I have allergies, and the cleaning stuff has my sinuses doing all kind of weird stuff. I just recorded a makeup haul and got done, had to literally walk and stretch. Your girl is getting old because just from sitting here, my whole leg went numb, went to sleep. I had to walk it off before I could even start this video. Just pray for me. Pray for me. So I wanted to come back and have a one-on-one talk with you guys. That way, from here on out, as I do like videos, you guys are right here with me. You guys know what's been going on with my hair, what's been going on with my locks, what's been going on with my scalp. If you don't remember, when I started this journey, my scalp was a very huge challenge in my journey. When I started, my scalp itched so intensely that if I didn't want it so bad, I would have took them down. That's how bad I itched. And the people that know me knew I was just itching and I was miserable. I was even to the point where I was even taking Benadryl because I was just itching like crazy and my scalp was inflamed. Something I've never in my life experienced was inflammation in my scalp. And then it looked like crust was all in my scalp. I was miserable when I started my locks. After research and after help, I learned from getting an allergy test that I was allergic to the castor oil that I was using on my scalp when I started my locks. So I cut that out. Once I did that, the flaking stopped, the scab stopped, the inflammation completely went away. Went and got my locks done for like the next retwist. Explained all this to my loctician, who didn't realize the actual term for castor oil, the plant that it comes from. So she used products in my hair that she didn't realize had castor oil in it. And I started all over again. Inflammation, crusty scalp, pain, all over again. So then once I washed the castor oil out, take allergy medicine and all that, it cleared up. So if you are starting your lock journey and you are having issues with your scalp that you absolutely never had before, it's a possibility it's one of the oils you're using, because I wasn't oiling my scalp like that until I started my lock journey. So I stopped using castor oil, and then as time went, my scalp would bother me, then it wouldn't. It would bother me, then it wouldn't. It would bother me like for a couple of weeks, and then for 2 months I wouldn't have any problems. And I cannot figure out what kept, but it was never an issue to where it was like in the beginning with the inflammation, with the crustiness, it wasn't that bad. It would just be itching, and I'd be like, And then one day, I don't know if it was God or just like, think about it, Tracy. And I was just like, what am I doing different to my hair that I'm doing different when I was relaxed, when I was a loose natural? And it dawned on me that it was oiling my scalp. And I was like, could that be it? I'm like, but if I don't oil my scalp is about to be dry and crusty and gross. And I'm like, I don't know if I can not oil my scalp. And I'm like, but I didn't oil my scalp before I was locked and my scalp wasn't crusty. And I'm like, but Tracy, your scalp is more exposed. Yeah, but so I said, okay, I'm gonna do a trial and I'm gonna stop oiling my scalp. So I washed my hair, I did my normal routine. I took my what I use as a leave-in, my sprays, and I sprayed it into my roots and all of that. And then I oiled my hair. Then last, I put some oil on my fingers and I just got into my root area to make sure I sealed in the moisture in my roots. But I did not oil my scalp. A couple of days go by, my hair is not itching. And then I'm watching a video by the Digital Loctician. If you are not following her, follow her. I absolutely love her videos. And she just mentioned and kept going in a video, yeah, you really shouldn't be oiling your scalp like that. Not that you shouldn't be oiling your scalp, but she was saying like, just like oiling your scalp. You know how, because I was doing my scalp like every couple of days. I was oiling and all that. So I'm like, hey, I might be onto something. Then I watched another person's video that had, what do you call it? Something that I've been diagnosed as and I can't pronounce. And he was saying that the doctor told him that he should not be oiling his scalp. Mind you, I may have been told the same thing, but when I was diagnosed with that, it was so many years ago. I haven't been treated or been to a doctor since then. So he said that, and I'm like, okay, I might be onto something with not oiling my scalp. Anyways, I stopped oiling my scalp. I don't have any itching. Before, I would have to wash my hair every 5 to 7, 8, 9 days. I couldn't get past that point. I'm at the 2-week mark this weekend and I need to wash my hair. And honestly, I could go a whole nother week, I believe, and my scalp would not bother me. Now I can stretch for 3 weeks now, where I could not do that at any other time in this Loc'd journey because my scalp would be on fire right now. So me just eliminating adding oils directly to my scalp completely changed it. Now I will say the first week or so I could tell like right here was a little white, like it was dry, but then I think what happened, my scalp started producing its own oils and sebum, and so now I don't even have that issue anymore. And if you look, it doesn't look all dry and crusty. And again, I'm 2 weeks in, and I haven't washed my hair in 2 weeks, and I don't think my scalp and my hair looks all that bad. So that's just an advice to anyone out there struggling. If you are dealing with itchy scalp, stop oiling your scalp and see if that helps, especially if you're washing your hair on a regular basis. Now, if you itching and you ain't washed your hair in a month, you know, that's probably your problem. Other than that, my hair has been doing good. I was told that it would probably take 2 years or more for my hair to lock. They were not lying about that. As you can see, you can still see the twist towards the bottom. Like this much of my hair at the bottom is still twisted. Look at that one. You can really see it in that one. But they're starting to swell because for a long time, especially a few months ago, the ends were thin with twist. But now the twists are starting to swell and go through the process. My hair, I feel like, sped up when me and my husband went to Hawaii in August because we was in the ocean like almost every day. Your girl was just dunking and I was really trying to dunk in the water because, you know, I knew the benefits of the salt water and it helping the locking process, and I really believe that it kind of speeded it up for me. And God, we're all supposed to go back to Hawaii as a group this coming summer, and I don't know how I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to get a swim cap because, you know, I got this red in my hair and I want to go even brighter by then. So I'm not gonna be ruining my hair color in no salt water. So we're gonna have to invest in a good swim cap. That was the biggest hurdle of my Loc'd journey, was figuring out my scalp. I do have a set of products that I use. I am not a big heavy product user in my hair, but something the pandemic taught me, unfortunately, I had started a minimalist journey before the pandemic happened, and your girl wasn't loaded up on nothing, and everything was sold out, and there was long lines at stores. And now because of that, I do stock up on things that I use on a regular basis. So like the Lock paint pomade that I use, I have enough to last me a few months. I'm not gonna run out. The spray that I use, I have enough to last me a few months. I'm not gonna run out. The oil that I choose to seal my hair with, I have enough that I'm not gonna run out. I don't use a lot, but I'm very consistent in what I use. And as today, all I do is take my bonnet off, spray a little aloe vera. Look, do you see that? Do you see that? That lint, do you see the lint? Where does the lint come from? I work from home. I'm home all the time and I wear a bonnet, but yet lint still finds its way to me. Anyways, I stay consistent. I don't try a whole lot of stuff. Speaking of lint, I do Lock brushing. I do brush my locks, and I think that it does help trying, you know, removing the lint before it actually gets embedded in your hair. Since I colored my hair, because my hair before was that off brown brassy color, I couldn't really see lint, but now that I've colored it and it's a richer color, I can see everything now. Like if I'd be looking in the mirror and I'm like, is that lint right there? And I'm able to remove it. So that's cool. That's something else that I do with my hair every couple of days is, you know, I take the time and do you see the lint from me moving around? That's the thing that I don't like about being locked is the lint. Nobody tells you about the lint. It's a mess. That's basically what I do. I am taking vitamins, and I think that's helping with my growth. I do take B12 shots, and I do believe that is helping with my growth. I don't believe that B12 shots or B supplements, which are very good for you for hair growth, but I don't think you would see a dramatic difference in that unless you are deficient. And because I do live a more vegetarian, I eat fish sometimes type of lifestyle, I've been known to be iron deficient and B12 deficient. So I take the B12 injections. It takes care of the B12 deficiency, and then it also helps me keep my iron levels where there should be, and I get all those benefits from the B12. So I do believe that helps. And I do believe that if you are not taking supplements, I'm not talking about going and buying a hair vitamin. I'm talking about taking supplements that are good for you, because sometimes we don't get all the B's we're supposed to get, and we're not getting enough omegas, and we're not getting enough that has to do with our diet. So I do believe eating well, taking supplements, drinking plenty of water. I am hands down a believer that drinking water and all of that affects your locks. I say that because I have been dehydrated because I was sick and I felt it in here. So I was doing a lot of hot oil treatments. You know how you experiment with your hair and what works and what doesn't work? I had fell in love with hot oil treatments over conditioner. And I say that because I was getting the same results from hot oil treatments that I was getting from deep conditioning. And the thing about deep conditioning is you put it in your hair, and I have thicker locks, as you can see, and it would take me forever to get the conditioner out of my hair. I would get out the shower, and then I would find one just in this one little section here, and I go back under the sink to rinse out conditioner. And it was just always seemed so time consuming that I started doing hot oil treatments. I would do just enough oil, not too much, that when I took the heat off my hair, I could leave the oil in my hair. Baby?
I thought you did a video.
I am. Mama, why are you peeking like that? You weirdo.
I want to get.
I'm almost done. I'm just gonna say this one thing.
Okay.
2 minutes. So what I would do is after I wash my hair, I would towel dry my hair really well and make sure that as much water was absorbed as possible. I would take my oils, I would boil some water, sit my little container in the boiling water, warm my oils up, but I wouldn't do too much. I would probably do like 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces for all this thick hair. And I would go through and put it through my hair really well. And then I would wrap it up, and I have a deep conditioning cap, or if you have heat, steam, whatever, you let that body heat, let that oil just absorb in them locks and penetrate your hair shaft. And then after about 20-30 minutes, I would take it off, and I would not rinse. That's a preference. That's why it was important for me not to use too much oil, because I used to like to leave it in, and that was my leave-in, and I was done. But now that I colored my hair a few weeks ago, I don't know if I'll be doing that, because I don't want to apply anything hot or use too much heat on my hair, because red bleeds very easily. That's a whole nother video. So I will be using conditioner again for that reason. I'm not excited about it. I don't know how that's going to go yet. I'll just say that. I do know that I have bought some red depositing conditioners. I did buy some protein fillers that are red to mix with conditioners. So I will be using some conditioners again. Anyways, I think that's it. I talked about my scalp. I talked about what I've been doing to keep it healthy. And if you have any questions at all, I will do a whole FAQ video. If there's enough questions, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you guys.